Well, hello. It sure has been pretty eventful since the last time we talked. And I'm not talking about when I got my new chamber sewer. I'm talking about before then. And I don't even know what happened before then. I got some explaining to do. First, we gotta give the chicks some apple cider vinegar. That is correct, I did say chicks. We got our order of meat birds in. But that doesn't even start what's even been happening.
What do we got to put on it?
So, like I said, we got our birds in. But first, remember those eggs that I got from my parents? Here you go, chicken, chicken. Little chicken, chicken, chicken. Make sure they all get some of that water, apple cider vinegar in it.
They know how to do it.
Make sure they get some of that water, please. They hatched. Well, we had 5 hatch. But we have 2. Those are the 2. Yes, we did decide that we will keep the roadies.
Yeah, my roll down.
These are the meat chickens, of course. But we did also get, we always opt for like the free chick. Jeremiah said it's probably going to be a rooster. It's one of those like fluffy head ones. So, you know how I had that plan. And that this is going to be also a confession. I tell you, there are a lot that went on. Let's start from the beginning. So the beginning of this, really, I made a video, okay? And I didn't edit it. I didn't even post it, of course. I set out with our meat birds because I had just got them out in the chicken tractor. And I was like, nice, we're ready, okay? It's end of March or like April. It's already April by that time. Honestly, I'm so blurred with because of everything, but I'm pretty sure it's April. And it decides that it wants to get down in the 30s. And I'm like, shoot nuggets. So I get the heat lamp and I put it out there, okay? Then, and that's what the video was. I was like, oh, this reminds me of a story. And I told a story about when I planted my tomatoes way too early. You can go back and watch that video because it's one of my, I started seeds way too early, got excited, and then I talk about like how failing and we're gonna keep moving forward. We're just gonna keep moving forward. So I had ordered my chicks. I ordered the chicks that we have now. I also ordered another round that will come in June. Yeah, June. Just to go ahead and get prepared. Okay, so these that we have now were supposed to come April 1st, the week of April 1st. I'm waiting, and I'm waiting. And I get a phone call from McMurray, and they're like, hey, we didn't have the hatch rate that we thought. Is it okay if the next week, they come the next week? And I'm like, sure. Because it had gotten so late in the week, and nothing on them. I'm not bashing McMurray. I'm just saying that it was actually awesome that they called me. But I honestly was like, yeah, sure, because we were about to go camping with our supper club group, which includes Say Mojo, Homestead Hungry, and the Sowards. And I was like, man, I'm not gonna have anybody here to take care of them. So it worked out fine. But first, another setback. A second-ish setback. First was like, oh, let's get cold and try to kill the last 4 birds you got. And then it's like, we don't even have the birds that you ordered because I kind of wanted to have a plan. That's okay. They're here now. I'm happy. I'm happy about it. Now, during that time, we hatched out the 5. Honestly, I thought that all the eggs were going to hatch, but some just didn't continue to produce. So we hatched out 5 of the Rhode Island Reds. And so I then put them out in the brooder. They didn't hatch well. The 3 that died had issues. We didn't like help them get out the shells, but it just took longer. It was weird. It's like a weird situation because I don't know, they just didn't hatch well. So 2 are left. Now, if you go back and I mentioned that I'm going to do a experiment on how I raised the very first batch of birds, of meat birds, and how I lost them. I'm going to do it with them and then whatever, yeah. Well, I didn't. because I only had 2, and I was like, it would be pretty pointless. So I told the kids we would keep the Rhode Island Reds. They're good egg layers and stuff too. It's fine. They're still young, so they can kind of still be in the brooder with the meat birds. But another thing that happened, and this is where it does not get fun, okay? I was talking to my buddy Charlie, and I told him, I said, I told him what all happened with the very first meat birds, and he said, I'm pretty sure they got too cold. I was like, no, Charlie, I had them under a heat plate. He informed me that he got some chicks from a hatchery, and whenever he got those chicks, whenever he bought, excuse me, I got something stuck in my throat. Whenever he bought those chicks, on the website it says make sure you put them on a heat lamp. Now, you know, a lot of us don't like to use the heat lamps. That's one thing I pushed. I was like, oh, I got the plates. Got the plates. It's better for them. You know, safer. Well, he informed me, he's like, they got cold. He explained it in a way that made sense. He's like, you know how when you walk into a house that just has like a heater on, and you feel warm, but like your bones are cold? He said, but you stand next to like a wood burning stove, and but you feel warm all the way to your bones. He said that's pretty much what the heat lamp does. So I'm guessing it was my fault. It was my fault that I lost those birds. So all that, me feeling like mightier than thou, I know how to raise birds, right? It was my fault. I honestly believe it was probably my fault. So, if you notice when I showed the birds, we have them under a heat lamp. When it gets warmer here in South Carolina, there's still a chance of it getting cold. So I'm going to keep them underneath the heat lamp, make sure they do stay very, very warm. But later on in the season, I'm pretty sure a heat plate will work fine. But yeah, that is a hard pill to swallow. But I just want to be honest with you and let you know that it was my fault. I did it. So we're starting again. Hopefully these will do well. I think I mentioned in the video that they only had 17 meat birds, I believe. I haven't counted them, so I'm hoping that's what they sent me. I paid for 17 because that's what they had available, and then the next round will be 30. These will be due beginning of May. That'll go in our freezer and stuff. So yeah, we're just gonna continue to trek on. That's what we can do, and we'll see what happens. Things just seem. It just seemed to yeah. It's that year. It's that year. Third year, where it's like, all right, you kind of cruise through screwing up. Now it's time to really learn. So we will learn. We've learned, and we will do better. We have our birds in, so let's continue our series. Let's continue our series, and we can do nothing but move forward. I'm not gonna say we can do nothing but be better, because things can still go wrong. Well, welcome to another beautiful day. Okay. Why do I say K? Like, are you gonna answer me? K. Okay. It's a beautiful day. Sun is shining. The birds are chirping, and I'm not talking about the flying in the tree kind of birds. I'm talking about these birds right here. Look at that lovely sight. All our wonderful little birdie birds just in here chirping and chirpity chirp. Birds are still alive, doing well. Heat lamp is obviously doing well. It's getting a lot warmer too. I'm pretty sure our cool nights are done. It did get down to like 47 last night, but I'm pretty sure the coolness has dissipated, and it is now spring here, and we get to enjoy actual good good, beautiful weather. Been cutting grass all day, which I like cutting grass. I just don't like weed eating or weed whacking, depending on where you are. Or weed. Would there be another weed name, like weeding with a weed trimming? Trimming? Yeah. That's one thing here. South Carolina, we call it weed eating. We just take the name, the most like big name company, and that's what we call things. You got Weed Eater, which is just a company name, and then you got Kleenex. You want a Kleenex? Kleenex is a name. Toilet paper is just toilet paper. Yeah, stuff like that. So yeah, I've been weed eating. I just don't like weed eating. That's what I was saying. So I'm very happy this bird is still trucking, and yeah, they're still doing good too. 4 of them. I don't know.